shit I've ever heard, Giorgio.
Yeah, you know what? I was waiting to get people in the chat. I was waiting for people to come show up and hang out with us, and just make sure that our live stream is going correctly. But
you gotta imagine that's free use, right? It's on the Roadcaster. Comes preloaded on it.
It was definitely more than 8 seconds. It was definitely more than 8 seconds. If you guys were here early and really enjoyed that tune, that is some artist we don't know playing a generic rock song built into this.
Dude, I bet it's not even an artist.
Roadcaster here.
I bet it's just like
AI,
like an AI song made on GarageBand.
AI GarageBand sound effects. Yeah, I like that. Definitely give that a.
You got some lights? Look at this.
Yeah, you guys like the new studio?
Are we trying to do like a fucking morning show right now? What's happening with the sound effects?
It's great, and let me know in the chat if you like it. What's up, Bradley? What's up, Austin? What's up, Jessica? Thanks for tuning in for our year.
What's up,
in
boys
review.
and girl?
Yeah. We don't discriminate here on Sippin' Boys.
Not.
In the Sippin' Boys lair or dungeon or basement or whatever.
New Year's Eve.
Whatever this is. Yeah, it's New Year's Eve.
The end of 2020.
2021's right around the corner. Is it really going to fix everything?
You got to think, right? That's what the memes say.
The
some memes are telling me.
Some people have already gotten their stimulus.
Yeah, my girlfriend did.
Oh, God. How is that?
Because she's part of the military bank, so I wonder if they took care of the troops first.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No. We all know for sure that that didn't happen. Yeah, that's right, Titus. Papa G and Fake Dan. We
need my
here.
$600 so I can fix my fucking window.
I need $600 for drugs. I paid my rent, and therefore my drug fund is now low. But that's why we're here with you guys today, producing some more content, hanging out, trying not to be addicts so hard.
Yeah, just a few months of or like a few hours of sobriety before you get after it.
Yeah, just a few.
Your countdown.
Just a few.
You're doing your live stream, right? Tonight?
That's right. Yeah, on Patreon. A few of you are already signed up. I appreciate that. It is free if you just follow the channel on Patreon. But if you become a patron, there is a $1 tier that is the Papa G, just the tip.
$1?
Yeah, just the tip tier.
Okay.
Yeah, for New Year's Eve.
What comes with the $1 tier?
Papa G says thank you. He really appreciates it, and we understand that you're poor, and we won't judge you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not poor.
No, not at all.
No, you're not.
No.
Poor's a mentality. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I'm rich in love. Yeah. So UFC 2020 was a big year.
Yeah, that's why we're here, right?
I bet you're so underprepared you can't even say what the first UFC of the year was. That first main event. It was a bang.
Well, here's the thing, right? Wasn't it Connor?
It was. Wow,
it was
look at you. You came
Connor,
more prepared than I thought.
It was Connor Cowboy. Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Wrong sound effects, but Connor Cowboy, yeah.
The shoulder heard around the world.
Exactly. The return of the king, I would say. A return of the Jedi? Return of the tiger.
Nah. Are we Connor fanboys still?
I don't know. Are we,
after everything that's happened in the last few years?
Is he still an elite fighter, and is there a way for him to reclaim the title?
He's still the draw, right?
So you want to know some interesting facts from UFC 246, January 18th in the T-Mobile Arena? The total gross...
You're reading your computer.
Yeah, I have
this
notes for the show. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not like you, Dan. I'm not as good as you. I have to have things prepared for the audience, and But it's okay. It's okay. One day I hope to become you.
Is that what you do with your stand-up, where you're just kind of like, all right, hold on, guys, hold on. Alrighty, knock knock.
Yes, actually, I did do a knock knock joke last night.
Oh, I know you did.
Yeah, 100%. Total payout to all the fighters, $4,300,000. That sounds like quite a bit, doesn't it? Like people hear about UFC fighters complaining about not getting paid. I feel like 4.3 mil is quite a bit.
So what was the higher pay-per-view buy? Was it Connor or the Usman Masvidal fight?
I don't have the highest.
Because I know they were chirping each other back and forth.
Over who
like
had
a week ago, yeah.
Pay-per-view buy?
It's hard to say. Nobody could possibly come up with those numbers.
No, but Connor took home $3 million of that 4.3.
Yeah, and it's probably Cowboy's biggest paycheck, right?
$200,000.
Still, probably his biggest paycheck.
What does that say?
Exactly what you need to know about Cowboy, who we love, but he's moved on to greener pastures.
He has. For some reason, I can't get my my vape to hit, but other people on that card, other fights, were the Holly Holmes versus Raquel Pennington.
That fight sucked.
It did.
That fight was so bad.
That's before we learned how to enjoy women's MMA.
No. That's not even it. Because, fight of the year, obviously, we'll get to it later, is a women's fight.
Oh, of course.
But Holly Holm, just kind of I had a Holly Holm ticket. I bet on Holly Holm for this fight, so I was kind of I wasn't happy to watch it, but I was happy to cash that ticket because she ends up just kind of like controlling the fight the entire time.
First fight of that card though, Anthony Pettis versus Carlos Fiera,
who, by the way, just fucking is
left.
out of the UFC after a W.
I know.
It's fucking brutal. Dana's not fucking around.
You know, when you keep playing a highlight from a decade ago for a fighter to hype his fights up, I think that says about everything you need to know.
Yeah, the Pez won by decision last time. I forget.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're still playing that. They're playing the cage kick. They're always going to play the cage kick to hype him up.
I think I have the. Do you want to know how many knockouts were in 2020? So just some quick numbers, right?
You want to tell them, Dan?
Right.
So you have some notes.
I do.
Oh wow!
Just
Look
statistics.
at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Statistics. All right, so there was 256 total fights in the UFC in 2020.
Mhm.
Only 51 knockouts.
Really?
87 TKOs though. So
Ooh, yeah.
and then 83 submissions. 221 decisions. So
Yeah, those are all the options that can happen in a fight, Dan.
I know. I'm just telling you, there weren't a whole lot of knockouts in 2020.
No, a lot more submissions than you think.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that say you need more opportunities on the ground?
Is the game changing?
No, because it started that way.
It's the same.
Yeah, definitely started that way. The next big UFC of the year, you know what that was?
So that would be February or March.
It'll be February.
Okay. Because I know this year, or 2021, look ahead. Obviously, the Conor fight's in January. But then the next UFC isn't until March. So
Right.
there's, I don't know, a weird gap.
No.
What was the next one? Go ahead.
John Jones versus Dominic Reyes.
Okay. Dominic Reyes won that fight.
You know, that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say he didn't back it up in his next fight again.
But,
John.
again, if you want to take the title, you can't win 3 rounds.
No,
You
gotta
gotta
win
win
4.
4.
You gotta beat the champ. And you gotta win that 5th round.
Yes.
You gotta win that 5th round. To take the belt.
Championship round.
Dominic Reyes.
He didn't do that.
Won the first 3, then got on his bicycle.
And then lost.
And yeah,
The next
definitely.
2, yeah.
And how much longer do you think he's gonna be in the UFC?
Dominic Reyes?
Yeah, I think
He's got the 2-fight. Is it a 2-fight streak?
2-fight losing
L
streak.
L streak.
Yeah.
Well,
What's one
Jan
more?
won the belt, and
Mhm.
now Jan's fighting Izzy
Izzy, March.
March 6th.
Mhm.
So I mean, Reyes.
March is a big fight month.
Reyes is still like number 2 in that division, isn't he? He lost to Jan, who's the champion. So he
Right, I think he went down to 3 or 4. I can look up the
either way,
UFC
like
light
he's not
heavyweight
getting
rankings.
cut. He's not old. First off,
No, and Dana said he was the next to the division.
he's not washed.
It wasn't impressive in the Jan fight. Did not look like
No, he
the
got
same
knocked
fighter.
out.
Yeah, did not look like the same fighter that fought John Jones.
Whatever, dude. Jan, he kind of overlooked Jan. A lot of people will overlook Jan. Izzy will probably overlook Jan.
No, Izzy won't overlook anyone. Which as being the most you think he's the most entertaining fighter? Like high level, like we're talking top 10.
From like intro to his hand being raised.
Glover's above Reyes right now.
Yeah,
Reyes is
dude,
3, like I said.
Glover Teixeira
With Thiago Santos,
is number 2 in the division. And how old is Glover Teixeira? Like 45? He's not that old, but like he looks.
He's also a Brazilian.
Yeah,
for
we have no
amateurs.
idea how old
we
he
have
is.
no idea how old these South Americans are.
It's like a Dominican baseball player. Like, who could really say how old they are?
No, you got Jamal Hill down there. You mean light heavyweight is not bad.
No, this division kind of sucks.
Wait for Johnny Walker to come back.
Johnny Walker.
Dude, Johnny
the
Walker
worm?
was an entertaining fighter.
Has he ever recovered from the worm?
No. The most dangerous thing to his career was celebrations. He looked so good in that fight, dude. Just head kicking people.
He had to hit the worm.
You just had to hit the worm. Oh man. So yeah, we came out of this pre-COVID, still thinking John Jones was maybe the best fighter in the world, and then after this fight, we were questioning the GOAT.
Who else was on that card?
Other people on this card was the Valentina Shevchenko versus Caitlin Cooligan fight. Where
When was
Shevchenko
the
won via
Joanna
elbow.
fight? Because that was pretty early
was
on.
I think that
was before COVID.
Was it?
Yeah, because
That might be the next one.
I watched that with my boys at Woodrow's in a full packed bar.
Ooh.
It was either February or March. It was like right before COVID.
Well, the next
Because that was the fight of the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to that. You're
Okay.
definitely. This is not good programming, Dan. You tease it, but now you're just doing that whole section now.
Well, yeah, I'm doing exactly what you did to my podcast, Softcore History.
Oh, so go check that out. Yeah, I was a guest on their Software History podcast, and I got really drunk and talked about Rasputin. I had a great time.
I know you were great, but you kind of stepped on Jake's toes there, trying to lead.
was not familiar with the formula of their podcast at all.
It's all good. It's all good. We'll proceed. We don't have to talk about it. It's not like I brought it up.
Yeah, no. Apparently,
I'm not mad about it. It's fine. That's cool.
We have the Anderson versus. So 2 of UFC fight nights. Anderson Silva still fighting in those and losing.
Yeah. Well, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone now. Next big UFC. Another one I was very, very excited for. 2 big UFCs in a row. This was the Anderson Silva versus Yoel Romero fight. We thought
you were excited for that fight because
we all thought So people in the know.
Nobody was excited
knows
for that fight.
Yoel is probably one of the most dangerous men on the planet.
Not anymore.
And he's probably still the best wrestler currently in the UFC.
Who was it? Did he fight Izzy and not throw like a single punch?
This is the fight we're talking about. Yes, Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero in the.
Okay.
March.
Yeah. No, he didn't throw like a single strike in the entire fight.
It was not a good fight. No,
it was
no. He couldn't close the distance. Izzy kept range. Izzy also looked very.
It's very similar to what Francis Ngannou did against Derek Lewis a few years ago, where neither person like Derek Lewis threw like 4 leg kicks and won the fight.
Yeah, that was a very early Ngannou. That was
that was Ngannou post his loss to Stipe. But I mean, he's a different animal now.
Much different animal.
He's a beast.
Much different.
But yeah, this is kind of similar. Like Romero just kind of did this like the entire time. I know this is not good audio. It's more visual.
Yeah, for you audio listeners out there, Dan is pretending to block a kick, it looks
well,
like.
Izzy wasn't throwing anything, so like Romero was just kind of like doing Izzy's dance as he comes in, his like little anime dance.
Oh, I do really enjoy that. I enjoy his choreographed dances coming into the cage.
You can do that when you're good.
You can.
You can't do that when you're like a
Izzy's
500
not
fighter.
Scared of losing, which I really appreciate.
And
so, I mean, he has. So that's what's
in the
interesting.
UFC, right?
Again, that's what's interesting. If you talk to Izzy or listen to Izzy speak on it, he counts those 2 boxing and kickboxing losses that he had. I think it was like 29-2 or something in kickboxing, kickboxing and boxing. He doesn't have that undefeated weight on his shoulders. He doesn't look at it
because in his mind he's tricked himself. I'm not undefeated in the UFC, or I'm not an undefeated fighter. He started counting like losses he took in 6th grade behind the bleachers.
He is not held back by those same mental constraints that other undefeated fighters may be. I don't see the fear in his eyes to protect a record.
Who protects their record? Name names.
Lots of people.
Could be a boxer. Go ahead, say his name.
Yeah. Lots of people protect their records. Lots of people.
Floyd Mayweather?
You know what?
Is that where you're going?
You know what, Dan? If you're calling out the greatest boxer in world history,
greatest defensive boxer, because he doesn't get touched, and that's by design.
Let us know in the comments if you think Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer of all time.
He's not.
Fair enough. All right, you know what's next? You know what the next UFC event of this year
March.
is? Nope, that was March 7th.
Okay.
So this was right as COVID happened.
As COVID happened, so the next thing, they took a few weeks off. So COVID broke, March 13th ish? When did Rudy Gobert and Tom Hanks give the entire world COVID?
I believe that was March 16th.
Yeah, it was same week as the Players' Championship in golf. I had Harris English ticket. He was in 2nd place after round 1, and they announced they were going to continue to play the tournament. If he won, I was going to win like $10,000, and he was in prime position. He's flushing it, and they canceled the tournament, so I got my money back, and I didn't win the $10,000.
How do you feel about that, Dan?
It's in the past. It's in the past. I don't really think about it a whole lot.
No,
obviously,
the next one is that Ferguson Gagey. So they try to get the Tony Khabib fight for so long. He can't get out of Russia, so he has to stay in Russia and he has to stay in quarantine in Dagestan.
Right.
Justin Gagey comes in as the
like 18th failed attempt at Tony and Khabib.
Right. People still make memes about that.
Yeah.
They still think Tony would actually put up some sort of...
Speaking of, that's definitely... Obviously, with Khabib retiring, he might come back at some point, but...
Dana still hasn't stripped him of the belt.
I'm going to say this will never happen because of Tony. Because Tony's on his way out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm completely understand it, but, like, people for so long thought that Tony would give Khabib a match. And
He's
I
so
don't-
unorthodox. You have no idea where those strikes are going to come from. Is it going to be his hands? Is it going to be his elbows? Is it going to be his back?
Yeah, that fight lasts a round or two, maybe.
No, Habib washes him.
Takes him down early
Yeah.
and just smashes him.
Cool, dude.
Breaks his face.
I mean, if Oliveira just manhandles you on the ground,
Mhm.
yeah, Habib's going to have his way with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira's looking real good.
Well, yeah.
Real
He,
good. Real dangerous fighter. We'll get to him in a little bit.
He's a female favorite.
So Justin Gagey came out of this fight America's sweetheart.
Yes.
We thought he was going to be the next big thing in MMA. Dangerous leg kicks.
Because before this, his biggest win was what? James Vick?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Always nasty, though. Always in there. Always in the mix.
Human highlight reel. Tries to be the most entertaining fighter.
Yeah, just goes out there and slugs it.
Puts on a show. Refuses to go with his God-given skill in wrestling, which I respect.
Yeah, you know.
Handicap yourself.
You gotta do it.
That's how you go through
little
life.
Different.
You got to live like Gaethje or Leo, where you're constantly just giving yourself challenges.
This was also Henry Cejudo Dominic Cruz fight. It's funny that a championship fight is the co-main event on this, so I guess that was for the interim belt at that. But how do you feel about Henry Cejudo?
From what I remember, Cejudo just kind of like worked him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a pretty boring.
This
fight.
was kind of like the downfall of Dom Cruz. Or no, this was his first fight in 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yeah, he's been gone a minute.
Before that was also the Francis Ngannou Rosenstrike fight.
Which was great
Yeah,
as
it was
a
amazing.
Francis guy.
Yeah,
He
just that one punch is
starched.
Is there better one punch power
starched
in the world?
Rosenstrike in what, like 13 seconds?
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
brutal. It was like Mike Tyson Ash.
yeah. It was really like early Tyson fights. Like you were just excited, you were ready to go, and then it was over.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Which is good. You want that like the third to last fight. You don't want that as the main event.
No. That definitely gets you hyped up for the next fight.
You want, like on the main card, you want it somewhere in the middle. Just you want to see like a quick knockout, just to be like, oh shit. But you don't want that to be the main event because then you feel like you don't get your money's worth.
Right.
You want the main event to be a war.
Next would be UFC
Which it was.
250.
Wait, so Gaethje Tony was the main event, or was
Yes,
it
yeah.
Cejudo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony Gagey
Yeah.
was the main event there.
So
And-
obviously that was a brutal fight,
yeah.
especially for Tony.
Yeah.
Just he went out on his feet though. Didn't
He
get
did.
dropped.
No. At that point, if you're Tony's corner, do you debate on throwing in the towel?
No, because it's Tony, and he's a zombie. I think just let him and Nate Diaz fight in Tony's last fight.
Until they die? Until one of them dies?
Yeah.
Old
It's
school
like-
rules, unlimited time limit.
It's like Dana's gonna be like, "Hey, I can only keep one of you. Loser leaves town. Match. We'll just fight to the death."
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. The winner has to marry the loser's wife and take over his worldly possessions.
Is Nate Diaz married?
I assume so. I assume everyone's married, or at least has
He's
kids.
married to the game.
She's married to them streets. Next was the Nunes Spencer card, UFC 250.
Yeah, this fucking fight blew. this card sucked.
Yeah.
Shouts to Spencer, UCF grad.
No, because the first fight on that card was very interesting.
Yeah, but shouts. I'm giving shouts to my girl who got just absolutely torched by Nunes. She went to UFC or UCF. So
Oh, Felicia Spencer did?
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that. Felicia Spencer, UCF alum. Shout out. Yeah. Yeah, it did not help you against those hands, but
no one.
those bombs.
She was like a plus 800 underdog. it was ugly from the start.
I mean, at least
She had no chance. No one has a chance against Amanda Nunes.
No, but she made the whole fight. So I give her props for that. No, Sugar Sean was the first fight on that main card.
Okay,
Against
so the one where
Eddie
he knocked
Winelands.
out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when we that was the arrival party for Sugar Sean, I think.
Until it wasn't.
We'll talk about that in a second. too. Next, 251. We're kind of at a lot. This is like a weird no man's time in UFC, right? Like we can't get fights together. Some people have COVID. Some people are training. Some people are not.
Well, they're also doing like fight nights every week.
Mm-hmm. This is the Usman.
Which, I mean, a lot of the best fights, I don't know if we're going to cover it because I think you're going through the actual pay-per-views.
Yeah, I'm doing all the pay-per-views.
But, yeah, Dan Hooker versus DP.
Yeah.
Poirier, that was
Mhm.
a fight night. And that was kind of like, I was looking at that as like a fight of the year candidate.
Okay.
Dan Hooker, he won the fight, I believe, but I don't think he won.
He's got a big fight coming up too.
Poirier, I
in
think,
the first of the
or
year.
no, Poirier won the fight. I'm sorry. I had a Dan Hooker ticket. Poirier got the dub, but I think Dan Hooker probably
inflicted a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. He's fighting Michael Chandler first of the year.
Hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a very difficult matchup for Chandler.
Yeah.
Dirty striker, tough as nails, good takedown defense, good gas tank. It's exactly not the fight he wanted.
He's from like the Northeast.
Yeah, first
Just
UFC.
Tough motherfucker.
Yeah. But Chandler's got knockout power.
Or no, is Dan Hooker? Is he from Boston?
No, I think
Or is he from Australia?
overseas. Yeah, I think Hooker's
he's Australian.
a kickboxer.
Oh, I'm thinking of Calvin Cater. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
get-
New
I
Zealand.
get-
New Zealand. Yeah.
I get Dan Hooker and Calvin Cater and Dan Hooker are the same person.
No,
No, they
even,
are.
No, not even slightly.
They are.
You know, all kickboxers and Muay Thai guys are just that area.
They're just generic white dudes, but Dan Hooker has an accent.
That's true.
But so does Calvin Cater because he is from Boston.
Speaking of another early 2021 fight, official Ben Askren, Jake Paul.
Is that official?
It's official.
I got Jake Paul.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. Like,
He's actually the favorite.
yeah, I've seen Ben Askren throw punches. It's like Ronda Rousey throwing punches.
Guys, I think this might be the biggest. If that's going to be the biggest Drinking Bros Sports event of the year.
It probably will be.
The Ben Askren Jake Paul fight. We're going to do it live.
We got to figure out how to like throw that on the stream as well.
Yeah, so like we are trying out this Patreon thing, and if enough of you guys like it, we can do picture in picture there because we don't have to worry about YouTube or any of those copyright infringement laws. So if we build a Patreon enough, we can start doing some fun things there.
Calvin Cater also has a big time fight coming up. Trying to think who he's fighting. Let me look it up real quick. Go ahead and fill that time.
Yeah,
Calvin
yeah.
Cater
Yeah,
is
no worries, man.
fighting.
See how prepared Dan is for these shows, guys?
Yeah.
I even offered him a laptop, and he was like, "Nah, I got it."
Now we got this. Why don't they just say who the fuck he's fighting next on Google?
Dude,
Oh, Max Holloway. He's fighting Max Holloway.
dangerous fighter.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC right now.
Max?
Yeah.
Well,
Look at
there's
the
an
people-
argument,
Look at the people he's fought.
well, yeah. Look at the fight in 2020 that he had where he lost the belt. The rematch to Volkanovski.
Right.
Max Holloway won that fight.
No,
he did.
Volkanovski definitely took that.
No,
Another
Max
Muay
won
Thai
that
guy.
fight.
Another guy at Tiger Muay Thai in New Zealand. Yeah, so we didn't even talk about this yet. Usman Masvidal. Masvidal's coming off.
This is March or April.
This is July 12th, bro.
Dude, what? You're just skipping over all these. I feel like most of the major fights were UFC fight nights.
All right, well, rewind. The Poirier Hooker one was the one right before that you were just talking about.
Okay.
Before that was Blades Volkov. Curtis Blades versus Volkov.
That fight sucks because every Curtis Blade fight sucks.
Yeah.
Because all
So
he does
So I skipped it.
a less entertaining Habib impression, but at heavyweight.
I intentionally skipped over the
Or is he
UFC
light
fight night
heavyweight?
Woodley versus Burns as well.
No, is Blades 205 or is he 265? He's heavyweight, right?
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
this
He's
was
a
right.
big boy.
I skipped over the Tyron Burns fight. You know, I hate seeing the downfall of Tyron after losing the belt to
Friend of the program.
friend of the program, friend of the pod.
Met him at Daytona.
Him
Took in the 500. Me and Woodley. Good
Together.
guy. He was a good guy.
watch people turn left.
Just watching guys turn left.
Now, when he lost that belt to Usman, that was such a significant fight. Like, Usman beat him in every area that we thought Tyron was the more dominant fighter. We were like, okay, Usman's a great wrestler. Tyron's a little bit better. Usman's got fast hands. Tyron's a little bit faster. No. Like, Usman just beat him every inch of that cage and really hasn't looked like giving up the belt yet.
And this was after Usman fought Kobe, right?
Yep.
So he fought Kobe in 2019?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that was his first title defense.
Yeah.
Was Colby. Yep.
And I mean that's probably Usman's best fight, arguably. Just at least most entertaining.
So, like, do you consider Colby a top contender at that weight class still? Because
Yeah.
next is him, Masvidal.
I don't like Kobe, but yeah, no, I do.
Well, he leans into his character.
Yeah,
It's
but
a-
it's
it's
kind of like
bad.
it's such like a Chachi character.
No, it is. It is. Like, why are you bringing that into mixed martial arts?
You know why? It's kind of
it draws eyes, but it's completely unnecessary.
It's a lack of personality.
And get back to the fighting.
People do it,
Yeah, you know.
but I mean, and Colby ended up fighting Woodley after this and broke Woodley's rib. So Woodley,
He
2020 did not
was not
was
a
not
good.
kind to Woodley.
No, it was not a very good kind year to Woodley.
He might be out soon.
I didn't like Masvidal taking that fight on such short notice. Like, he didn't look bad against Usman, but he didn't look good either. Usman wasn't.
He probably held his own in the first round and then was kind of gassed by then.
Right, so everyone gave him the benefit of the doubt, being on short notice.
The foot stomps.
Yeah, apparently the foot stomps.
That's all I remember about that fight is
Yep, just foot stomps. Foot stomps and elbows. That's what 2020 is known for.
yeah. That was an awful fight.
Right, which really sucks because at that
It was
point in
the
time,
it was like some of the most eyes.
Yeah, Masvidal was the biggest star.
He still is.
in the
Like you
sport.
can, or like him and Connor. It's back and forth between the two of them. But like, the casual fan is still gonna like they'll just tune in for a Masvidal fight.
So the Masvidal
Now.
Covington fight in 2021. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, give me it. But I think if Colby's smart, kind of do it Usman did and take him down and
Yeah, make it a real boring fight.
make it a really boring fight. But yeah, if he tries to slug it out with Jorge's winning.
right. He's so like he is everything people wanted Tony Ferguson to be.
But where I'd put my money, I'd probably put my money on Colby because Colby's just a all around better fighter.
Yeah, all right.
Because I'll always just take the wrestler by default. Because if a wrestler wants to kind of muck it up, he's gonna win that fight.
That's true. Fight night right after that.
Except if it's boxing against Jake Paul.
God damn it. Oh man, the fight right after that, we got Figuerato versus Benadides 2.
Yeah, Figgy essentially took. He just dragged his nuts on his face the entire fight.
I would agree with
This
that.
was like his coming out.
This was the early coming out party.
This was
Figgy
Figgy.
was the definitely the fighter of the later half of 2022 or 2020.
Or no, whole year. It's
I can't give him fighter of the year.
fighter of the year
And
is
we'll talk-
between Figgy, it's between Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland's a good shout, and especially with a strong end push. But I think there's only one fighter you can really give it to.
Chimyov.
Maybe we'll get to that by the end of the fight. Then we had a UFC fight night after that, which is the Whitaker Till. Thought that was a pretty decent card.
I don't remember that fight actually. I don't know if I watched that. Whitaker won that fight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
By
Whitaker.
knockout or decision? That's fine.
Decision. Yeah.
Okay.
Whitaker won that by decision. You weren't on the Whitaker train here. After seeing him lose to Izzy, you definitely were kind of off it, were you not?
No, I've been out on Whitaker.
For a while?
It was, and honestly, it was because of the Darren Till fight. I do remember watching this fight, and I was very unimpressed with like his striking, which is weird because he just seems slow, like much slower than he's been.
Mhm.
And so, like, who was the next fight Whitaker took? Because I remember taking the other side.
Whitaker's next
And then Whitaker
fight
kinda starched him.
was Jared Cannonier.
Yeah, I took.
We were arguing about that before.
Yeah,
before this
I was
one.
all over Jared, and then I had egg on my face. So,
I mean, if you just
and it's all because of that Darren Till fight. Because he looked for whatever reason he just seemed kind of out of it, even though he won the fight. But
it was on Fight Island. People weren't used to COVID yet. You know, you got.
they were probably fighting. Yeah, they're fighting at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming off back-to-back wins over Yoel Romero. I mean, that loss to Izzy, but I mean, before that, I mean, his only other loss was to Wonder Boy. And I mean, that's striker v
The
striker.
Adventures of Wonder Boy.
And that was in 2014. So,
Mm.
is Wonder Boy still the same fighter? Is he still Wonder Boy?
Wonder Boy's still top 5 in his division right now, right?
I mean, we'll find out, right? He's got a fight coming up soon, too.
Well, he just won.
Oh, that's right.
We just watched this
Let's watch
fight.
that.
Yeah.
And it shows you how high I am. But all of this is kind of leading up to another huge UFC event. The trilogy. The rematch of rematches.
Stipe DC.
I was really disappointed in this fight. It was a letdown.
Yeah.
It was, I think we always
Second-
kind of knew it was
Second
gonna be.
straight time I took fucking DC.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of build up to this fight.
well, because
almost like a
so
year's-
DC wins the first fight.
Yeah, the huge
DC
right,
in the
or
second
the
fight.
huge right-handed uppercut. Yes.
DC's winning 3-1 and going into the fifth probably
Mhm.
in the second fight.
Mhm.
He gets caught with a liver shot.
And then just drop.
And his fat, doughy fucking body drops. Fuck you, DC.
Speak your truth. Keep going.
I lost so much money on DC in these two fights, the second fight and the third fight.
Just
because
because really thought he was taking that third, right? You
yeah, because I'm
definitely
like,
thought
all right, he
was
won the
winning and
first
retiring.
fight. Probably he won the second fight if he doesn't get caught there. Third fight, I'm like, all right, he'll play it safe. He'll probably take Stipe down. They both wrestle, but like DC's the superior wrestler.
Yeah, Olympia caliber wrestler.
Who the fuck knows what Stipe's been doing with COVID? He's been a first responder, obviously. Shouts to the first responders. Get a ghost bed.
Promo code drinking boost.
Probably running that deal still.
Always.
Yeah, I just like, especially with gyms in Ohio, I wasn't sure whether or not he was able to like get a full camp in.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, DC's probably gonna work him. Stipe's gonna be out of shape. No,
Unfortunately,
he wasn't.
though-
He was not. He was in the best shape of his life, actually. Stipe was in the best, like the best I've ever seen Stipe. What are you doing?
Poking you in the eye.
Oh, the eye pokes.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I thought you were trying to cut through the smoke you just blew.
No, I think it's nice. It adds a little atmosphere to the shot. Yeah, let me know how the set looks,
Little
guys.
purple haze.
Yeah, and I wish.
But yeah, so Stipe catches him. Or I mean, DC's been eye poking Stipe throughout the entire trilogy, but Stipe gets the last laugh with like the worst eye poke.
Right. DC can't see the shots. Takes that left hand, sits him down.
Good night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good night. Called a career, DC.
But when one door closes, another opens. And his announcing career, I really think he could surpass Joe.
He's fine. Like
He's lovable. He's funny.
He's fine.
He's probably the most knowledgeable.
He's a cornball. He's probably the lamest UFC fighter, but I respect what he did.
You're gonna say he's lamer than Henry?
Cejudo?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Cejudo is like, that's his character. It's like the king of cringe. That's what he leans into. Like it's a bit almost.
No, it is.
It's him
It's
just
a
trying to
bad
be
bit.
it's a bad bit, but at least it's a bit. DC's just himself.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Who DC? You know DC? You're familiar with DC?
You touched me on the shoulder once.
Okay. And by the way, this everything we say about UFC fighters,
Yeah.
it's very like in a way that the guy tweeted Paul Felder back in the day, where he's like, you should just give up fighting and go into announcing. And then Paul Felder is like, I'll kick your ass. And he's like, yeah, I know. That's why I said it on Twitter. That's why I said it on a podcast. So you can't actually physically beat my ass.
This is the fight night coming up that you're talking about. The Colby Covington Woodley fight.
Broke Woodley's rib. The weirdest scenario I've ever seen.
This fight hurt my feelings.
It did. Yeah. 'Cause Woodley got
Like after watching DC and
Woodley.
then watching what Colby did to Tyron here.
And I was all in Colby, but he was kind of a big favorite at that point, so he's part of a parlay. I think Colby was like a minus 300 favorite at this fight.
Yeah, no, I think it was. People
And then
were
people were already out on Woodley. Woodley gets dominated. Colby just kind of like leans in and breaks his rib somehow. I don't know how that happened. It was very odd.
Very fluke. I think it was one of the floating ribs, so you put enough pressure on it anywhere and you can just
Yeah.
knock that thing out.
So how many times did that happen to you?
Once.
Does it suck?
Yeah, the cartilage goes back and you get like a little nub there now.
You ever fix it, or is it like your shoulder?
No, you don't fix these things. Which runs us right back into Adesanya again versus who?
Shit, I feel like we're already like in
September.
September. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, there was only 40 total events this year.
So Izzy Costa,
Izzy Costa.
and then Jan Dominic Reyes.
People were really on this Costa train.
Myself included.
People were playing back old Ultimate Fighter tapes. They were.
Hand up. I was a Costa guy.
I mean, look at him. I mean, he's just shredded. Probably on the best cycle. Like Ross would do anything for that cycle.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was great.
Yeah, no.
He was
but
just
then
peak physical condition. Izzy has that little like, gyno on his his titty.
Weighing in underweight with clothes on and stuff.
Makes you think.
and just starks him. He teabags
Oh,
him.
it was easy. Yeah, and starts fucking him after.
Yeah.
Knocks him out, and then just starts dry humping the man while he's down.
It's like he's playing Halo.
It's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen.
To the number 2 fighter in the world at your weight class at that time.
And now, like, ever since that's happened, Costa's kind of been bitching. He's like, want a rematch. Like,
No one
what?
wants to see that rematch.
Who wants to? Yeah, nobody. Like, it's like, why do you think you
like
deserve
4 or 5 tough newcomers?
You landed like 10 strikes. Why do you think you deserve a fucking rematch?
What, are you just gonna run at him again and try to
Do
swing
the
an
same
overhand
bullshit
right?
you were doing?
Yeah, no.
He kind of like early on too was doing the whole fucking Yoel Romero strategy where it's just like, I'm not going to throw anything.
Right. Because you don't want to get yourself out of position. You always want to be ready, but then you end up just doing nothing.
And he wasn't even playing defense because Izzy just kept hitting him with anything he threw.
Yeah, see, once that dude gets in his zone and once he starts feeling himself and sees him catch confidence,
Caught him with that big toe on that kick.
oh,
Had him kind of.
it's so beautiful to watch that man fight sometimes, especially when he's in that flow state.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
Straight out of Mortal Kombat.
for real. So yeah, before that was the Dominic Reyes fight. Jan took him out the second.
Starches him.
Easy.
Wobbles that bitch. I was on Jan, so I made some money there. I was happy, but then I lost it on Costa, so break even.
Yeah, breaking it.
Breaking even's winning.
It is because you're having a good time, and you're out here with your friends.
Yeah. Well, for this fight, September, I watched this at my apartment. Yeah, I had a few friends over. So
yeah. Next UFC event, probably the biggest one of the year, and probably gonna lead me on to my fighter of the year, even though pretty limited amount of fights, but this is the
pretty
Habib
good amount of fights.
Justin Gagey.
So Habib had one fight.
Yeah,
And you're calling him fighter of the year.
because of his retirement. Can you not?
You can't be fighter of the year with one fight.
So you completely can.
No, Connor's not fighter of the year. Habib's not fighter of the year. You get to go 29-0. Cool.
If the greatest athlete in any sport retires, that year goes to them.
No, it doesn't.
No matter what.
No, it doesn't.
Completely.
Kevin Holland went 5-0.
Kevin Holland is my newcomer of the year. And is my breakout star of the year as well. Kevin Holland is the truth.
Figgy won like 4 fights too with his belt.
Another great fighter. Izzy, also worth discussion. Knocking off Olympic silver medalist and MMA legend of Yoel
Dude,
Romero.
you can't go by Olympic silver medalist. That can't be your calling card.
Quality of competition matters.
That's fine,
Who
but
you beat. Beating up.
I'm not
beating
pimping out
up
that I'm a
dudes on
silver
Dana
medalist.
on Dana White's Contender Series doesn't count.
You're just that fucking meme of the guy eating his medal and just like spraying champagne and just going double bird, and then he's third on the podium with his bronze medal. Silver medal's the same thing. It's second loser.
In the Olympics.
Or it's first loser, I guess. But yeah, but who cares? You're not gold medalist, man. It doesn't matter. Let's see what the people.
Yeah, tell us who
Let's see
your
what
fighter.
the chat.
Yeah, tell who your fighter of the year was in the chat. I say you have to give it to Habib.
Kevin Holland.
That is the breakout fighter of the year. We have 2 categories for a reason, Daniel.
Fine, then it's Figgy.
No, absolutely not.
He fought I'm sorry, you need to fight more than once to be fighter of the year.
Backup easy goes with Israel Adesanya.
Okay.
Dan's going to throw his microphone and leave. No, but break down this fight for me. Justin Gagey goes on Joe Rogan with his trainer and
Months before though. This is before.
tells a plan.
I think it's before they even like announced Habib. I
Yes.
think he went on right before the Tony fight.
After the Tony fight. After he beat Tony. I believe it was right
I
after
think it
he
was
beat
before.
Tony. Because I think they were talking about what a great display he had against
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
could be wrong. But basically gives the game plan on how to beat Habib.
Doesn't
He
execute.
says he's going to compromise him with some leg kicks.
Doesn't do it.
Has the wrestling background. Like, America is believing in Justin Gagey at this point.
Yep, I did. I think Dan did too.
Everyone was on the Justin. Yeah, we had a full drinking bros
'Cause we're like-
roundtable at it. It was 3-2. Me and Ross were the only ones taking Habib.
And I was
think Ross
like,
just
all right,
wanted to follow
Habib's
me.
gonna win, but you're not gonna have
That's
that.
not what
you
people are
don't-
saying. People saying that
Yes, but
Justin
you don't
Gagey was
bet.
going to be the person to beat him.
You don't bet a minus 400 favorite unless it's in a parlay. You're not laying $400 to win $100 in a fucking fist fight.
What's just
Especially with Gaethje, he's kind of an unknown.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I accidentally hit the button. I was like, why did things go black for a second? Yeah, I really apologize about that. We're so well prepared here. I am the best producer in the world
It's
here.
fucking.
At
First off,
Boys.
we're giving you content on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we're giving you a lot of content on New Year's Eve.
So
No, Ruben just says camera just went out. I actually just hit a button. I hit the black button.
he did.
Yeah, there's just a little button right
So
here.
what are they saying in the comments? Who do they think is fighter of the year? Anybody?
Topher Brom said fighter of the year was the Twisted Tea guy,
Okay.
which
He did drop it first. Not enough people talk about how he dropped that can. He recovers very nicely with that smack.
He does.
But it would have been way cooler if he does the flip, catch, and smack. But, when you stumble it, you drop it. It's kind of like...
Or if it smacks, ricochets off, and then lands like the water bottle.
Yeah,
challenge.
the flip, the water bottle flip challenge from, 2016.
Was it really that long ago?
This is fucking a while ago. That was TFM days.
God. Do you remember planking?
Kind of vaguely. Not really. People planking on trains, train tracks.
Or sides of buildings and stuff.
That was high school. That was more high school, wasn't it? It was E-Bombs World bullshit.
I don't know. If you guys remember planking, let us know. If you remember planking. Jacob says my pants aren't even off, so the content is down. I'm not Bert Kreischer. I'm not going to be known as the guy who just takes his pants off all the time.
Bert Kreischer takes his shirt off.
Again, so yes, Dan, this is the comparison.
You go pants off.
Right.
You're
Pants
you're a bottomless party guy, like Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Business up top, party below. 'Cause
Okay.
that's where all the important stuff happens.
And if we had a better desk, you could hide it
I could.
or show less.
We're
Sometimes
we're
less is
slowly
more,
building up the set though. It's almost looking good.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah, I might want to get rid of this chair. Maybe get rid of the table too. I don't know.
I like the lights you put in though.
Yeah,
it really sets the mood.
it really
sets the
does.
element.
It really
You're trying
does.
to fuck me right now? What's happening?
I don't know.
I'm on a leather couch. You have some mood setting lighting.
Jessica, are you still in the chat?
She's long gone. There's no
let
way.
us know if this was the mood you were looking for when you fucked on this couch. Yeah. So let us know, Jessica.
Yeah, that's really, we're just going to try to cater to the fans in this room when they visit. This is your fuck palace.
Yeah, this is the Fuck Palace, also known as the Green Room, also known as Sippin' Boys Studios. Yeah, so Justin Gagey wins the hearts of Americans and then loses
By
it
getting
in the
his-
second round by
just-
getting rear naked choked.
Because he doesn't really do anything. The entire fight, he doesn't
No.
execute a single thing he planned.
Nope.
Which I don't blame him because you can't really do that against Habib. But I figured, so I did say this. I was on record saying this. I'm like, we know Gaethje can wrestle.
Right.
But will he?
Exactly. Next one, Anderson
And
Silva.
do we actually know if he can wrestle? Because I've never seen him wrestle.
There are old tapes of it online. You can find it.
That's like Bigfoot footage.
Exactly. It looks doctored and it's real grainy because it's
Yeah.
shot in like a handy cam. But yeah, it's out
I
there.
don't know if I trust that.
No, I don't either.
I don't know if I
How
trust it.
many fights did Anderson Silva lose in 2020?
Are you saying he's your LVP, your least valuable player
Okay,
of 2020?
Okay, it was technically only one. The other ones were in 2019.
And he got cut.
Yeah, Uriah Hall TKOs him with punches.
Who had the most losses in UFC in 2020? Who was the biggest tomato can? That needs to be the
Ooh.
award we give out.
Oh, we do. We do need to find that. Oh, God, that's
How
gonna
many
suck.
times did Cowboy lose this year?
Just twice.
He lost to Pettis,
Uh huh.
and he lost to Connor.
Yeah.
Then he got his ass cut.
I think so.
Is he still in the UFC? He is a company man.
Yeah.
I will say that. The ultimate company man. And I'm a big Cowboy fan. It's just sometimes,
Next UFC would
Age
be the
catches up.
Santos Texera. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good card. Yeah, Glover.
Glover won that fight. Oh, dude, we didn't even tell. No.
That's what launches him into the.
No, the Glover
you were
Teixeira fight that launches him is the Anthony Lionheart Smith fight, where he just punches his teeth in.
Yes.
That's 2020, right?
Yeah.
That was early. That was
early 2020. That was early Fight Night
March?
2020. Let me go back to that.
maybe it was after COVID, but yeah, I remember like him going to his corner and saying my teeth are falling out. They send him back out there. Very, very clearly doesn't want to go back out.
No.
And just gets his fucking face punched in again.
I think so. They fight.
And I know he comes back and wins the fight.
Bro.
I know Anthony Smith comes back and wins his next fight, but he is my LVP of the year.
Yeah,
for
so like,
losing his teeth.
they fight twice, right?
To share?
Yeah. versus
No, they
Anthony
fought
Smith?
once. Are they trying to set up a second fight? Please don't set up a second fight, guys.
No. I'm reading. Wait, no. So was it on May 13th in Jacksonville, or did that fight get postponed?
It probably got no. So Jacksonville's when they returned. So yeah, it was May 13th.
Yeah, it was for and Glover knocks him out there. Yep, knocks his face in.
TKO. They should have probably thrown in the towel.
So
2 rounds
they
before.
tried to do it on April 25th. And
COVID got pushed back.
COVID,
Jacksonville was like the return to sports. It was MMA and golf for a bit, which I was pretty happy with.
Yeah, that was like your.
I love gambling MMA and I love gambling golf. So, like other sports don't really matter to me.
No, because like the payoff feels so good.
Especially this season. Thanks for bringing back the 2020 Philadelphia Eagles, guys. Thanks for bringing back my 2020 UCF Knights. Yay. G5, baby.
Power conference.
The G5 matters, guys.
G5.
We're
G5B,
just as good as other
Beta.
conferences. No, we're not. But at the same time, nobody's as good as the SEC except when they don't care, apparently, because Oklahoma smacked that ass, Florida. Eat it.
Smack that ass.
But, you know, Florida didn't want to be there. I love that. SEC is always just like, whenever they lose games in bowl season, they're like, didn't want to be there.
In 2021, I'm going to be bringing more pre-UFC shows. Maybe some lines, maybe some full card predictions for everyone to start betting on a little bit.
Well, now that we got that money.
Yeah. We just
need a sponsor.
Guys, we're hitting some big numbers. We just crossed over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we are almost
hammer that like button.
4,000 total watch hours, and once we hit that,
we'll be able to monetize this bitch.
Yeah, that means
so you'll be able to send us money,
and then you can tip us for all that money we make you calling all these cards
ad free right now.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
we're not throwing in ghost. I mean, ghost bed. Go ahead and order 1
or 5 or pillows or the Lux.
Doesn't matter to us.
Or if you need the hymns
not
or that
this
Roman.
show.
No.
Does matter to
I
our
probably
other
need.
shows.
I need some new Roman, to be honest.
I need a new bed, so I should probably order a ghost bed.
Good luck on that. I tried to get a ghost bed, and it ended up me sleeping on the floor for like 5.5 months. Shout out to Tetherball Academy.
Just because you were probably trying to get a free fucking bed. No.
Yeah,
I'll pay for the bed.
Okay. You rich, boy.
No, I'm just.
You rich.
You know how much I'm.
Everybody, guys, fake damn rich. Yeah, you bet it all. You fucking. I don't know.
You have to replace my fucking window that gets smashed in every 6 months.
Yeah. So the reason this is today and not yesterday, like I had told all you guys, is because Dan's car window got smashed in. Apparently, he lives in a real nice part of town.
I do.
And
it's a good. But, like, literally there's homeless people everywhere now. So the day before, I saw this really sketch homeless guy in a, like, highlighter yellow T-shirt just kind of cutting through our gated area.
Mm-hmm.
Whole thing's gated. It's off, like, a major highway. And, he...
So you live in a gated community and you had your window broken?
And my, like, literally...
Who did you piss off?
It's not hidden. Like, it's in the middle. There's so many cars around it, and there's a lot of different apartment complexes by it. So, like, my car is not just, like, in the darkness. It's fully lit up. And, yeah, this dude just fucking cracked my window for a second time.
Maybe you should take the Stop the Steal stickers off your car. Just saying, Dan.
I don't know who I pissed off, though, but I have a weird theory.
Mm-hmm. Tell us
It's not really weird, but, like, I think people... either homeless or maybe people who are struggling or want a gun, just break into trucks thinking there's automatically a gun in the glove compartment.
That's true.
It is Texas. True. It's an F-150. There's probably a gun in that glove compartment. But I'm sorry to disappoint. I don't have a gun right now.
So Dan, it wasn't even a thief. It was someone who needed protection. They were getting chased.
Yeah, they left my...
And they thought that you would have a gun in your
My
car. So they broke in to get the gun to protect themselves.
My laptop's just sitting there for the taking. It's like...
You had a decoy F-150 there. They could have gotten raped. They were probably breaking in, hoping to find a gun to save them from being raped.
There's a laptop just sitting there on a podium. Just a silver platter for them to take. They could have had it. But no, they're just like, nah, we're good. It's 2015 MacBook. We don't really want it.
Yeah, they couldn't pawn that.
They shuffle through some things in my glove compartment, through my center console, and they're like, all good here, nothing worth taking.
So, actually, is this an elaborate lie? Were you cheating on your girlfriend, and then your side piece found out, and they got mad, and then now you had to make up some elaborate lie?
Maybe it's my ex-girlfriend. I don't know.
What if it was?
I don't want to throw out wild accusations, but
Did you check her Snapchat and see where her location comes up?
no. If you have Snapchat, A, that's a problem. We're 30. B, if you
How else
share
do you
your
get nudes?
location on the map, you're a fucking psychopath. Why do I want somebody to like know where I am at all times?
No, you just look up theirs.
Plus, I have people that like. I don't want people knowing where I am.
Why, Dan? What are you doing?
Not the Drinking Bro fans, but my past life. I've sold.
Guys, people are. Dan's really scared about you knowing where he is, and I want to know why.
No, it's particularly one weird dude that I used to sell feet pics to. Yeah. He was trying to hire me to jump out of a cake for his birthday, and I'm like, we don't have human interaction. I sell you photos, you give me money. Nothing further than that.
Nothing further than that?
Nothing further than that.
Dan, you just wanted to meet up.
He wanted me to jump out of a cake for his birthday.
Yeah? So what?
And he lives in like West Texas, so like I'm not.
Oh.
So it's
this
very
isn't a Florida guy. This is a guy in Texas.
Yeah, no, it's very
this
easy.
Is plausible.
It's very plausible for him to find me. So yeah, I'm not.
Dan has a foot stalker. Guys, we got to find this guy. We got to get him on the show. We got to interview him.
That's free for you right there.
We got to know how he feels that Dan has stood him up all these years, because you've probably agreed to meet up, haven't you?
No.
You've probably agreed to meet up for money.
Every time he tries to push for more,
send me another $50, and like I'll think about it.
Smack him down.
He's like, no, it's cool, man. It's cool. Cool. You just need to sit there. Like I don't even got to come up. I can just watch. I'm just gonna watch from
I
the
strike
car.
him down every time he asks for more than feet photos.
Just tilt that camera up, big boy. Just tilt that camera up. Yeah.
So back to the UFC. Yeah.
No, back to your feet pics and your foot stalker. The next UFC fight night is the Rafael Dos Anjos Paul Felder, and I think
Felder
Chaos
on
Williams versus
So that's Felder coming in on like 6 days notice.
Getting
Just being his company man. He's supposed to announce this fight, right? See, I thought he should have been mic'd up. They should have mic'd him up as he fought. He could have called the fight as he fought.
that would have been great. Kevin Holland could do that.
Paul Felder can do that. Paul Felder announces for a living. So yes, Paul Felder can fight and announce his own fights. There's no reason to not do it.
The people demand it.
I'm saying it right now.
I mean, you know, I hear you, Dan. Next UFC, Figgy. Perez.
Figgy Marino, the one we.
No, I feel like Alex Perez.
Oh yeah, I forgot it. He fought in like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
every
He
time.
just stayed in Dubai.
Yeah, Figgy's my fighter of the year. Forgot about this, but he dominates in this fight and then comes back.
See, are you simping for that flyweight division?
No, because that division
is this the PC of MMA fans? Like,
no, that division
I like
stinks.
watching flyweights. Oh,
Like nobody finds that division entertaining until Figgy came in, and it's because he's not a 125er. Figgy probably walks around at what, like 155, 160.
Yeah, but why?
He shouldn't fight at 125.
Why are you fighting all these kids?
Because he's a fucking monster.
That's true. That's very true. Destroys him. Valentina Shevchenko fights Jennifer Maia after that with a unanimous decision as well. And, the rest of this card was pretty boring. Which runs us into the Smith-Clark fight.
But back to Figgy, though. Do
Yeah.
you think when he beat, what's his name, Benny, early on, that Megan Olivia, like, thought about leaving him?
Maybe.
It's like, I saw you get your ass beat by Figgy twice in, like, gruesome fashion.
I see.
She works for the UFC.
I feel like you wonder about that with all, like, girlfriends of fighters. Because, like, there's just, like,
how do you look your man in the eye?
There's huge alpha dominant energy.
After
and then
he
you
gets
just see him,
destroyed.
like just lay on the ground and not get up because another man won't let him. Like, how does your pussy get wet after that?
It doesn't. They probably haven't sex all year, 2020.
God, just the driest. We need a lube sponsor. That's what we need.
Was their first fight in 2020 or was it 2019?
I think it was 2019. Was
Okay.
the first one. Mm-hmm.
It was like late 2019, and then they kind of came back for the rematch. He gets destroyed again, starched again.
Yep.
And he retired?
Then we got, I don't know.
Huh.
Hermanson Vittori.
which we just watched.
Yeah, we just watched
Just
that all
did
together.
a fight night on. Vettori was very impressive.
He was. I really liked what he was doing. A lot of these overseas fighters coming to the UFC now. For a while, I feel like the UFC was
2022, Hermanson also tapped Gaslam.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
That's pretty early on. And that's probably the best I've seen Gaslam look. Like, physically, he was in shape. He wasn't a fat fuck.
Right.
He wasn't doughy.
Not at all.
And he gets tapped in, like, 30 seconds, I think. That was a bad gambling day. But,
You know, we had
We'll
those. And we
proceed.
make them up. Sounds pretty good. And then we're coming down to, like, really the end of the year. Now we're on Figgy's next fight again. He stayed there versus Moreno.
which, again,
And
fight of the
this-
year candidate.
This is the fight that I believed in Figgy. I believe the hype after this, even though I kind
believe
of think
him.
Moreno won the fight.
Marino was tight, dude. Marino threw out his shoulder here, right?
Yeah, couldn't throw right hands anymore. What kept taking him down?
Was a fucking.
So this is what everyone
So
argued.
it was this fight, or it was Joanna Zhang for fight of the year, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, no. I could you
Zhang
can make an
Zhang
argument
versus-
for either. Yeah.
Both were amazing slugfests.
Joanna's fucking head was like out to here. She looked like an alien.
Joanna.
Joanna. I don't.
Enriquez.
She's racist. I don't care.
You know, it's okay.
I'm pro Asian.
Continue.
I'm just saying I'm pro Asian. I'm not pro China, but I am pro Asian.
Yeah, we both know you. You like your jabs.
Wow. Jewish American princesses? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
I had to save you there.
Yeah, it's not
we're-
racist.
Let's not go down there. Let's not already get demonetized, Giorgio.
Yeah, we've been available for a day and it's gone. Mackenzie Dern was also on this card. She looks really good, and Kevin Holland was on this.
Kevin
card.
Holland had a knockout off his fucking knees.
That's the next one.
Yeah, well,
This is the elbows.
no, I'm talking about Kevin Holland when he was on his knees, just coming back and
Yeah. And then that brings us to the last fight of the year, the Thompson O'Neal that we watched.
Yeah.
And watching Wonder Boy come away with the win. The last fight of the year was pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
I think kind of a thing we haven't talked about, knockout of the year. Joaquin Buckley
Ooh.
with that spinning wheel kick.
So Buckley fought again right after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fought 3 times. He's 2-1 this year. Lost to Kevin Holland early on.
Yep. Really bad
in
loss to Kevin
his
Holland.
first UFC fight.
Buckley did not look like the same fighter. So in that spinning foot catch kick to the face that we all saw, that's been on replays everywhere, that's been great. I love that. He looks like a goddamn assassin.
Yeah, his next fight
Against
he won
Kevin
too.
Holland,
Kevin Holland would do that to people.
he looked like a toy. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't get close to him.
Toy?
Kevin Holland said, "Welcome to the UFC, son," and smacked him across the face 4 times.
I don't want Kevin Holland to be my first fight in the UFC. I'm sorry.
I don't want Kevin Holland to be my fight ever.
No.
Man, it's
but-
so dangerous.
I mean, you got to factor in Buckley's still working at Walgreens, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he quit that job finally.
No, I don't think
No, Buckley
I
is
think
still
he's
working.
working at Walgreens. So you got to make time for training whenever you can when you're not working that 9 to 5 at Walgreens.
No, so if buy UFC fighters merch or donate money.
No, you should probably just donate directly to UFC fighters because Dana White does not pay them at all.
No.
They do not get any of their worth. And the second they do start making money is the second they're on the chopping block because they're like, all right, you lost a fight. You're making this much money. You're out. Like, you're done. I don't want to pay you this much money.
Yeah,
we got a bunch of new guys. We got a bunch of, like, it's so talented now. The UFC, like, every sport right now is the most talented it's ever been, right?
Oh, completely.
Just because of the facilities we have, the training, the knowledge, just kind of like the information.
drugs.
Yeah, the progression of humanity we've been able to create super athletes for all sports.
God, I'm bringing up that Conor McGregor UFC payout because they have all the payouts for all the fighters here. Donald Cerrone is second highest paid fighter at $200,000.
Yep.
Then Holly Holmes with a $200,000, but she got the $50K bonus.
That was also a 5-round fight too.
Yep. So outside of those fights, the third highest paid fighter was Raquel Paddington at $63,000.
And it's a joke, right? Because like UFC, people
Going down from there.
people actually watch the UFC, but I feel like your run-of-the-mill average boxer is making
So much
tenfold
more.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, people on the bottom of this card are making $20,000. You do that 3 to 4 times a year, 5
And
times a year.
nobody watches boxing.
No.
Not anymore.
No.
I don't know how they keep landing these deals with DAZN and like
I think they're funneling drug money.
HBO boxing. Is boxing now just kind of like a front?
Yeah, it's now the art world.
Okay.
Like, people claim to like it. A bunch of money's still caught up in it.
It's true. Like the sweet science of boxing. Right now, you're just a fucking jackass or like a contrarian if you're like, yeah, actually, I like boxing over UFC.
You know, I really like the Klitschko era. You know, it was just a real technical form of boxing.
It was probably the complete opposite 20 years ago, but it's flipped.
Tyson Fury almost got me back into it. I was really on
When he
this
came
Tyson
out
Fury
to
train.
Crazy.
No,
Little
just
Patty
like, just
Klein.
like singing to his wife. His whole story about getting super fat and then like
Yeah,
coming
but
back for his title again. He just
Destroys Tyson or Wilder.
Wilder. He needs the Alex.
Comes out in a gold throne. Was pretty tight. Comes out to Crazy by Patty Klein. It was awesome. Didn't wear like 70 pounds of gear in his
Attire.
entrance, which apparently Wilder.
Anthony Joshua. They need to make the Anthony Joshua fight. They're never gonna do it. I don't understand. Like,
Give
this
me
is the
give me
only fight that
Andy-
can like save boxing right now.
Give me Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz 3.
No. Joshua starches him again.
I want to see Andy Ruiz get in shape.
I want to.
Is that ever going to happen?
No.
I want him.
Anthony Ruiz needs to stop boxing now.
He should have retired when he won.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Never defend your belt.
He bought.
Go out a champion.
He bought the Rolls Royce, and like after that, you just like, oh, yeah. You
All
don't,
right, so
you don't
for
wanna do
winning
this
that
anymore.
title, how much did Andy Ruiz make compared to the UFC?
Hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, let's look this up.
God, if that's the case, I don't know where boxing is getting this money from some type of like international trade of children, because I don't know where else it's coming from.
Oh no. Okay, I'm wrong. 10. It looks like 10 million.
Still $10 million for Andy Ruiz. Oh,
And Joshua.
Nobody knows who
And Joshua made 60
nobody knew
million.
who Andy Ruiz was before the first Joshua fight
No, but 10 million seems light.
for a championship.
Yeah, to be heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, how much did Conor win?
Conor was 3 in that Cerrone fight. Made 3 million.
Who probably drew more eyes.
Yeah, true.
You should be
Very true.
paid your worth, but at the same
Should we,
time,
Dan? Should we be paid our worth?
you should be paid your worth. How much business you
Ross,
bringing
if you're watching, we're going to be manning raises. So,
2021,
2021, baby. Sipping boys.
you're the race.
No, we should wrap this up, though, pretty
We should.
soon.
We should. I
Fighter of
gotta
the year?
get home and start doing some mushrooms.
Yeah, he's got to do drugs. I got to set up for New Year's Rockin' Eve for all you guys here. But Kevin
Fighter-
Holland for me.
Kevin Holland, well, you just fucking.
No, I'm being honest now.
Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
I
You
just wanted
just
to fuck with you
stomped
the
all.
whole, yeah, the whole time. The whole time. I
You
was
just
telling
stomped all over my pick. This is horseshit.
Yeah, no, he is the fire of the year. He is the fire to watch.
Then
in
I'll go
2021.
Figgy. I'm gonna go Figgy.
He's an amazing young man. I'm glad Dana gave him that shot, and I'm gonna see him rise up through the rankings. See him probably fight someone like Chimaev or Lewis or someone. It's he's up next, and it's pretty great.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
everyone.
I'm gonna go Figgy. Knockout of the year, obviously Buckley.
Yeah, obviously.
Fight of the year, I'll go Figgy. Marino, you want to go Joanna?
Yeah, those are the 2 best fights
Zhang.
of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Joanna won that fight as well, but you know,
Poirier, Hookers, honorable mention.
yeah, go give it that age.
Again, I still really can't tell the difference between Calvin Kattar and Dan Hooker.
I can't tell the difference between Oliveira and Tony Ferguson, but you know,
Oliveira is blonde,
Tony used to be blonde.
but also has more like Southwest tattoos, like gecko tattoos and stuff,
That's true.
where Tony has just angel wings.
All down his back.
Yes.
It's like he's permanently has an Affliction T-shirt on.
It's like that famous stream we did where the girl was telling us, or actually no, it was a stream before that. But your friend was telling us that Charles Oliveira is meth head hot.
Yeah, meth head hot. So if you want to be
I
meth
agree
head
with-
hot,
yeah.
tune in to Drinking Bro Sports. Thank you all for a great year. I'm Giorgio.
Looking forward to 2021.
This is Fake Dan. It's been great.
We'll see you.
Bye.